Back, everybody. Here we are, another week, some more football, week 4 picks and predictions. Here we go. Starting off on Thursday Night Football, we have the New York Football Giants taking on the big Dallas Cowboys, who are currently 1-2, who just absolutely stunk the fucking bed against the Baltimore Ravens. Let's start with the big bad Cowboys here. What the fuck? Back-to-back home games, and you lose both of them. What happened to Dallas being unbelievable at home? What happened to anything that revolved Dallas being good in any sort of term? Are they frauds? I don't understand what's going on with the Cowboys. I mean, we all know they're a regular season football team, but my God, you just got bombed by the Hoodats. And then now you have another home game against a Raven team that's 0-2, and you lose that one. And they were getting smoked in that game. They got absolutely destroyed. They came back, barely. The Cowboys got problems. I don't know what the hell the problem is, but I know for goddamn sure that they are not losing to the Daniel Jones-led New York Giants team. Give the Giants some credit. They beat the fucking Browns. I mean, Deshaun Watson, he's just not a good quarterback anymore. He's not what he once was. He never will be that ever again. They have a good defense. That's about it. There's literally zero offensive production from that team, and I don't care if they're in Cleveland or not. They just can't, I don't know what their deal is. Dallas Cowboys minus 5.5. Yeah, you got to go Dallas here. I know the Giants just got to win, but historically, Cowboys own the Giants. You got to take the boys here. How about them Cowboys? Next game. Another weird game here. We got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons, led by Perk Thuggins, a.k.a. Kirk Thuggins, a.k.a. Kirk Cousins. The Hoodats are dogs to the Perk Thuggins-led Atlanta Falcons. Minus 1.5 for the Falcons here. Falcons at home coming off a tough L against the Kansas City Swifties. Hoodats, we knew that wagon in the first 2 weeks was not going to last. That wasn't realistic. That's not realistic football. That's not NFL football. That's just fairy tale. First couple weeks, every single year, there's a couple teams that go on a little quick stride in the beginning of the season, then they fall flat on their face. I'm not saying the Saints are falling flat on their face. I mean, they lost to the fucking Eagles. That game was absolutely horrendous. It was good if you like defensive football, but from an offensive standpoint, after watching the Saints back-to-back weeks putting up over a goddamn 100 points in 2 games, you like to think you would have some sort of same mojo going, but guess not. Saints take an L. Here they are against a divisional rival in the Atlanta Falcons. This game's an interesting game. This is gonna see this game will tell you if the Hoodats are legit or not. If they lose to the fucking Perk Thuggins, they're not a legit team. Because you can't go beat Dallas. You can't go. I know Carolina, but you can't go bomb 2 teams back-to-back weeks, put up 100 points, and lose to the fucking Perk Thuggins, divisional rival. Can't do it. So I'm going to take one more shot with the New Orleans Saints here. I think they get the job done down in hot Atlanta. I think that they bounce back off that tough L against the Philadelphia Eagles. And you got to give the Falcons some credit, but them favored at home, can't do it, won't do it. Give me the New Orleans Saints. Who dat? Next game. Oh, God. What a weird game this is. We got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the down bad Chicago Bears. I just don't like the Bears team at all. I don't think they're good. They have a good defense, if you will. The quarterback's a bust. He's a fucking, who knows? He just chucks the ball in the air just for fun. I don't know what he's on about. I get the offense isn't that good, but my God, some of the throws this guy's doing, it's you could chuck a fucking toddler back there and just ask him to do something. I don't know what's going on with the Bears. They're at home. It's a hard place to play. Soldier Field, Chicago, this, that, and the other. Give me Sean McVay as an underdog. What? Give me the Rams. Give me Stafford. What they just did against the San Francisco 49ers is absolutely amazing. You're telling me that the Bears could have done that? Fuck no. Even though the Niners are banged up and so are the Rams, but the Bears won't do what the Rams just did. And I know this is a weird game, sloppy football. Probably an under is going to hit in this game, but I would take Sean McVay and the fucking Matt Stafford-led Rams to beat Caleb Williams and his black nails. Next game, Sam Darnold-led Minnesota Vikings taking on Malik Willis and the Green Bay Packers. Is Jordan Love going to play? Who knows? Spread's 2.5. Yeah, got to go with the Sam Darnold and Jay Jetta's Vikings here. Like, how could you not? They're 3-0 and they're a dog all day long. Give me Sam Darnold here. It could be square back-to-back plays here. You got the Rams as underdogs and you got the Vikings as underdogs. One of them is going to lose. They could both win. By the looks of it, it's going to be very unlikely. But, I mean, these two teams have been playing forever. I don't see how you can fade the Vikings at this point. Like, it's a divisional rival. They have so much history against each other. I don't. If this game was in Minnesota, Minnesota's favored. Since it's in Green Bay, Green Bay's favored. Is Jordan Love coming back? Who knows? I would take the Minnesota Vikings here to win this football game. Skol. Next game. Pittsburgh Steelers, Indianapolis Colts. Once again, I don't think the Steelers have been favored more than 3 points the entire season so far. And Indianapolis Colts, I know they just got a dub against the shitty Chicago Bears, but like, what do you want me to do with this game? Like, it's probably another under. Steelers just somehow find a way to win every single week due to their defense. They could beat up on these type of teams. They could beat up on the Broncos. They could beat up on the Falcons. They could beat up on the Colts. I do think the Falcons are above the Colts and the Chargers and stuff, and the Broncos. Maybe not the Chargers if Herbert's healthy, but definitely the Broncos they could beat. And I don't know, man. This game's weird. I would still go with Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, I just think they're just gonna find a way to win due to defense. Like, the Colts' main threat is Jonathan Taylor. That guy is an absolute beast. If you could stop Taylor from running, I know Richardson has an arm, but like, I would like to think the defense would put up a show here. The Colts at home, though, back-to-back weeks, that's where you have to take a look at. That is where you have to really think about this game. The spread is -2 for the Steelers. If it was a 3, I would go with the Colts. But at a -2, I would still go Steelers to win by a field goal. Next game, we got the Bo Nix-led Denver Broncos taking on Aaron the Game Rodgers in MetLife Stadium. Jets 7.5 favorites at home against the Denver Broncos. And now you could look at the Broncos game, what they did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you could think, oh shit, maybe the Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos are not that bad. And the Denver Bronco defense did put up a good performance, but was that a flat spot for the Bucs? Next week they play the Eagles. Was that a flat spot for them? Who knows? But then again, it's Baker Mayfield. It's Baker Mayfield, and you know that if you watch football, you know that Baker Mayfield is a guy that could put up a good couple weeks and then just fall flat on his fucking face, and that's what he did last week against the Broncos. It's a weird game. Jets at home, I would 7.5. 7.5, give me the Broncos. If it's -7, give me the Jets. I think that hook is very important in this game. Shout out Aaron Rodgers. That guy is a fucking beast and he's a legend. Him and his fucking Percocets. He's a fucking beast. Next game, like I said, Philadelphia Eagles coming off a big dub against the Hoodats against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay back-to-back weeks at home. Flat spot against the Broncos. Playoff revenge for the Eagles. Eagles as a favorite on the road. Give me the Buccaneers at home. Baker Mayfield bounce back game. Don't sleep on him. Sleep on him, but don't sleep on him. This guy's weird, man. I don't know. He could put up a show. Look what he did to the Lions. If he could do that to the Lions, he could do that to the fucking Eagles, who are A.J. Brownless right now, and they're a little bit banged up, in my opinion. So are the Buccaneers. I don't know about their offensive line. I know they had a couple injuries there, but I don't know what's going on there. But normally, playoff revenge games, I like to go with the team that took the L, but the Eagles just haven't been looking the same since the middle of last season, since last year. I know they beat the Hoodats, but the Hoodats are on a fairy tale. I would go the Bucs as a home dog here. I mean, give me Baker Mayfield in the bounce back game, dude. He's trying to earn his spot as a starting quarterback. They got him for one more season. They signed him for a one-year deal, and let's see what he's made of. If he could go into fucking his home field and beat the fucking Philly Eagles, don't talk shit about Baker May, okay? Next game. Give me the Bucs at home. Next game. Carolina Panthers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Who day? The Red Rocket, Red Rifle, Red whatever the fuck you want to call him, every time he gets called into a fucking team when they're doing horrendous, he puts on a show. How good was Andy Dalton in this game against the Raiders? Like, it's unbelievable. This guy is still just great. He's a solid quarterback. He's a good backup quarterback. Like, he just comes in and just puts on a show and just gets everybody excited. Now, the Panthers are obviously dogs. They're not going to be favored to probably nobody the entire season, maybe the Giants, but they're 4.5-point dogs against the Who Days. If the Who Days do not beat the Carolina Panthers and drop to 0-4, Andy Dalton revenge game, he used to play for the Bengals for like a decade. Oh man, if the Bengals lose to the Panthers, yeah, yikes. I'm going to go with the Who Days in this game, fading Andy Dalton. As much as I don't want to, I just think the Bengals are in desperation mode. If the Bengals don't win this game, they're not going to the playoffs. I know 0-3 right now is statistically you don't make the playoffs, but it's a long season. It's only week 4. I think the Bengals could recover themselves from this hole they're in. I'm taking the Bengals. If the Bengals don't beat the Carolina Panthers, then scratch the Who Days and Joe Shiesty and his Eminem 2001 haircut. Who Day! Not who dat, Who Day. Next game, oh God. CJ Stroud's taking on the Trevor Lawrence-led Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, what are we dealing with here? Like, Jacksonville just got bombed by, might as well have been 80 points last night against the Buffalo Bills. Like, what are we dealing with over here? The Jaguars look like absolute shit. They look like absolute dump. They look like a dumpster fire of a football team. I don't know what they're on about. The CJ Stroud just lost to the Vikings at home. They got bombed in Minnesota. I would like to think the Texans at home get the win, but that +7, like, you look at it now, just like the Who Days, the Jaguars are in desperation mode in week 4. How are we in desperation mode already in week 4 for teams that we thought were going to be better? I don't know, man. -7, like, Jaguars to cover, Texans to win. I don't know. That game's just division game 2. You know those games are always crazy. Oh, next game. The Arizona Cardinals at home favored against the Jaden Daniels-led Washington Commanders. Now, I'm never expected the Cardinals to be a Super Bowl winner this year. That I think will be improved with Harrison Jr. and McBride and this, that, and the other, and a healthy Kyler Murray. Yes, I did, but I don't know. We slam the Rams. We put up 40 against the Rams, and then we only dropped 10 against the Lions. And obviously, the Lions are better than the Rams. We know that. Lions off a loss tend to win 10 times out of 10 anyways. I didn't expect to win that game, and it was a close game. It was 20-10 or something like that. It was relatively close if you look at the scoreboard. But if you watch the fucking football game, the Arizona Cardinals, I mean, like, Kyler Murray, I love him, but, like, fuck, man. Sometimes I just don't understand with this team, and I know we're not deep enough. We're not a deep football team like the Detroit Lions are. I just don't understand something. We're like I said in a couple weeks ago, like, we're too inconsistent. If we could maintain a good rhythm of play, we could actually be a good football team. But we're just too goddamn inconsistent to win and be considered a contender in the NFL. Like, it's just so hard to watch sometimes because we play the Buffalo Bills very well. Yeah, we gave up a fucking 17-3 point lead. Sure, but they still kept that game close. Look what the Bills just did to the Jaguars. They bombed them at home. Cardinals had a chance to win that football game. They didn't. We bombed the Rams. Yeah, sure. Then we played the Lions, and we got fucking clapped on. Like, goddamn, man. This team is just sometimes too inconsistent for me to just fucking ring my fucking ears, man. But Jane Daniels just beat the Joe Shiesty Bengals. Who Day. Cardinals, I'm taking the Cardinals. Like, I'm not buying into the Washington Commanders just yet. I know that Jane Daniels just put on a performance for the fucking ages, but at the same time, you have to really look at the big picture here. The Bengals have problems right now. The Cardinals are playing with no stress on their shoulders. No one expects them to win the Super Bowl. No one expects them to win their division. People think they're going to go under their win total, this, that, and the other. The Cardinals have nothing to really play for, technically. Of course, we want to go to the playoffs, but These are the teams that the Cardinals will beat. We will beat the Commanders. We will beat the Panthers. We will beat these types of teams. Good teams we will not beat. Yeah, I'm going to take Arizona here. Give me the Cards at home -3.5 because I just simply think that we are better than the Washington Commanders. I just think we could put up, I think Kyler Murray, this is a game where Kyler Murray performs in. Kyler Murray looks at these games like when he was back in college and just absolutely dominating. These are the games the Cardinals win. Cardinals to cover. Shout out the Red Sea. Let's go. Next game, New England Patriots, San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers just absolutely took the fattest L of all time on Sunday against the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, what are we dealing with here? They're so banged up. They're so banged up. The Patriots stink and the fucking Niners are banged up and they're still -10 favorites. What does that tell you? It tells you how bad the Patriots are. The Patriots stink, dude. Jacoby Brissett, like, what are we dealing with here? Chuck in Drake May and see what happens. You guys are not winning the Super Bowl. What do you have to lose? I don't understand why he's not playing. -10? Oh, God. I find it hard to believe that the Niners don't win this game, considering the fact that they're at home and they're 1-2. But with all the weapons that are missing on the Niners, like, I would take the Patriots plus the points here. Like, what the fuck is this? If the Niners were healthy, this spread could have been probably like 14.5. But I would still go Patriots here to somehow find a way to cover the spread. Stevenson, he's a solid running back. I mean, Jacoby Brissett could do this, that, and the other. Just a little bit of this and that. They could find a way to cover this game. Honestly, it's not even a bad shout to sprinkle the money line on the Patriots here. Because you know what, man? At this point in time, I know the Niners have the Niners name and they're at home and this, that, and the other. Oh, there's no way they go 1-3. Hit that. Oh, dude, anything's fucking possible. The Patriots are like the Cardinals. They have nothing to play for. They have no Super Bowl aspirations. They have nothing to play for. They're just another team where people think they're going to stink. They're going to win a couple games here and there. 0 playoff chance. It's worth a sprinkle with the fucking Patriots here. Next game, this game sucks. These two teams suck. This is not a game you just want to watch because it's two defensively upsetting football teams. Gardner Minshew and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. Like, what the fuck is this football game? It sucks. Deshaun Watson is not what he used to be. Cleveland Browns +1. Cleveland Browns to win in the cover. Like, the Raiders are just not a good football team. I think the Browns are better than the Raiders. They just are. And for some reason, the script has flipped this year. The Browns are better on the road, apparently, than they are at home. Opposed to last year, where they're fucking unbelievable at home. For some reason, they're dog shit at home. Pun intended. The dog pound. Yeah, give me the Browns to win in the cover here. Gardner Minshew is not a starting football quarterback. He's not an NFL player. He's a backup at best. He could give you a couple games here and there, but he's not a starter. This team is not good enough to win football games. Give me Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns. I'm not even going to say Deshaun Watson because he's washed and he's shit. Like, why would you give him a fucking contract? Same with the Dolphins. Fuck, never mind we'll get to the Dolphins. Kansas City Swifties taking on the fucking Herbert-less Chargers. I mean, if Justin Herbert's injured, you know the Chiefs are going to win this game. Even if Herbert was healthy and the whole entire team was fucking healthy and Joey Bosa, watch Joey Bosa. I don't know if he's playing or not. Even if the Chargers are top fucking 100% healthy, the Chiefs will still find a way to win this game. That's just what happens with the NFL these days. That's the fucking golden child. That's like Leo Messi with the fucking, not getting into the fucking all that shenanigans, but Chiefs win in the cover because Justin Herbert's probably not going to play this game. And unfortunately, these games are normally played close, but they're just completely banged up. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way she goes. The Chiefs are going to go to 4-0, and that's about it. Good Lord, I fucking hate that team. Anyways, Buffalo Bills taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens almost lost to the Dallas Cowboys after blowing another lead. For some reason, these Ravens can't hold leads anymore. They just can't. And I know they lost a lot of their defensive players, but yikes. Last year, in the past couple years, everybody was raving about the Baltimore defense, pun intended. Like, they used to be a solid defensive team. Now they just look very high-powered on the offense. But then again, when you have Lamar Jackson and you have Derrick Henry, you have a chance to win the football game. You always have a chance to win the football game when you have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. But with that being said, the Buffalo Bills, they look unbelievable. They look better than they did the past fucking 3 years. With Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs, this team looks unbelievable. DeMar Hamlin, what a story. Give me the Buffalo Bills. What? Oh my gosh, all day. Next game is probably one of the worst games of the week. Miami Dolphins fins down because they're absolutely in poverty right now versus the even worse Tennessee Titans. Good Lord, what are we doing with this game? Will Levis led Tennessee Titans taking on Skylar Thompson and the fucking Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins are actually a home dog? You saw what happened last week when the Titans were favored against the Packers. They got absolutely bombed. I think that the Dolphins have enough offensive power to win this football game at home against the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans are not a good football team. They're just not. The Dolphins are this much better right now. This much better right now. Tua Tunga my fucking Shalong. I don't know why they paid him. I'm not hating on the guy. I hope he recovers well and lives a happy, healthy, safe life. But my God, I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. Maybe he is. I just don't understand. Same thing with the Cleveland Browns. They give these guys a fucking bag and a half, and they're just not elite quarterbacks. Before he got injured against the Bills, he's throwing picks left and right. He's not a solid quarterback. When you have Tyreek the Thrill Hill on your team, you should be winning a lot of football games. Now that Skylar Thompson's in there, you still have Jalen Waddle, you still have Berrios, you still have Tyreek the Thrill Hill. I think the Dolphins win this game at home. If the Dolphins lose this game at home to the Titans, their season's done. Their season's done. And then what the hell would the Dolphins did against the Seahawks? I know the Seahawks, tough place to play, Seattle, this, that, and the other. Mike McDaniel, what are you doing? Horrible play calling, horrible coaching. Did he give up on his own team already? Is that what we're seeing? I hope not. I mean, they have a lot of weapons, but fuck me, dude. If they don't win this game, they're done. Give me the Dolphins. Last game, Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. This is the week the Seahawks lose a football game. They're not beating the Lions at home in prime time. Give me the Detroit Lions -4. The Lions are still the Lions. They're still an unbelievable football team. I think they are better than the Seahawks and Geno Smith. I think that they are capable of winning at home in prime time against the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are not going 4-0. They're not beating the Lions. Give me the Jared Goff-led Detroit Lions. Shout out Eminem. And that's it for week 4 of the NFL. Let's go Cardinals. Thank you for watching. Take care.